Got Legs is a charity and a lifestyle brand whose mission is to help ReEnable athletes with physical challenges and support their moves in life. Today, I talk one-on-one with the founder and CEO of I Got Legs, Adam Gorlitsky, for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Adam Gorlitsky, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Yeah, it's a real pleasure to be here, man. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you greatly. Needless to say, you are the founder and CEO of I Got Legs, which is a charity and lifestyle brand whose mission is to re-enable athletes with physical challenges and support improvements to life-changing technology. So tell me, Adam, what's new, what's now with I Got Legs?
Oh, man. Well, for the past year, we've been focusing on creating a new exoskeleton. So for those who are not familiar with my story, I'm about 19 years ago, I was driving back home from college, fell asleep at the wheel while driving, was in a single person car accident, broke my back and suffered a spinal cord injury. So I've been paralyzed from the belly button down for almost 20 years now. 9 years ago, I started using a powered exoskeleton at Roper St. Francis, downtown Charleston. It's a very expensive device. Long story short, I've been using a powered exoskeleton that helps me stand up and walk for the past 9 years, to walk marathons, half marathons, 5Ks. It's a very so my organization, right now we our main focus is helping others or other paralyzed athletes like myself gain access to these powered exoskeletons. But for the past year, we've been focusing more on creating our own exoskeleton that's going to be a lot cheaper and more affordable. That's good. Yeah, it's a very exciting project. But it's I've been we've been mainly focusing on that for the past year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And since this particular device has been created, Adam, how many of those particular people with physical challenges have actually purchased and used that?
That's a good question. Last I heard, it was there's so the number worldwide, it's about, I would say, anywhere from 700 to 1,000 people now worldwide. It's still with here in the States though, it's still not many. Medicare is actually starting to cover these exoskeletons. But most Medicare plans only cover up to 80%, so it's still out of pocket, very expensive for most people to afford. So with my organization, one of the things we're also doing is helping others to afford the other, through grants, being able to cover the other 20% Medicare doesn't cover. But we're also creating our own exoskeleton that's just cheaper in general. So it's a multi-layered facet or pronged approach that we're attacking these exoskeletons with. But it's exciting.
It really is exciting. What is the biggest difference about the exoskeleton from the time it was created to right now in your mind?
Well, the big thing now when it comes to powered exoskeletons, and then I can maybe talk about the one that we're creating. In terms of powered exoskeletons, the two big things that have happened within the exoskeleton space. One is, as I just mentioned, Medicare now covering these exoskeletons. But two, in terms of just the technology itself, it's now able to climb stairs. So I've been climbing. I mentioned in the very beginning, I mostly use my exoskeleton for marathons, half marathons, 5Ks. But now I'm starting to climb stairs. So one of my big goals is to climb NFL pro football stadiums, basketball arenas. So I would say, Medicare and then having the ability to climb stairs kind of really opens up like a lot of possibilities with in terms of using or how I use this exoskeleton. Now I can tell you about this. I can go briefly into talking about the one that we're developing, if you want. I won't get too in the weeds about it, but ours. So the exoskeletons are very expensive because they're fully powered right now. They're expensive batteries, motors, computer software. So the one that we're developing is a much more streamlined or stripped down version of it. It's going to be fully manual, fully almost like I describe it like we're essentially creating the manual wheelchair version of the exoskeleton. So ours is not going to require any motors, batteries, computer software to operate. It's going to be strictly manually powered. And it's going to be a lot cheaper. It won't climb stairs, but I think I should be able to use it for 5Ks and hopefully marathons and half and full marathons.
Yes, yeah, everyone knows I'm a runner, and I love half marathons and 5Ks as well.
That's right, man. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're. I think now the Charleston Half Marathon got canceled, but were you going to train for that one?
Oh, I'm training for the Cooper River Ridge Run. So
okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully next year I can do the half marathon, Charleston Half Marathon. That'll be great. And we got to get you to the Spectrum Center in Charlotte so you can climb those stairs.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to. I was there about a year ago, and I drove past it. And I was like, I gotta do that. I gotta stair climb that.
Yes, you definitely will do that. I can see that happening. So you talk obviously about computer software. I know your particular, device will be mostly manual. But will you actually incorporate AI into this particular software and this particular device?
That's a good question. So we actually talked about this yesterday in our meeting with some of the people that we're working with. Version 1's just going to be fully manual. AI and stuff like that'll have to be version 2 and 3 maybe down the road once we, because that's going to add at least some kind of powered element to it. So starting out, just gonna be real stripped down, just fully manual. But I can see some kind of AI possibly being incorporated into it down the road. Something like that would make it a little more expensive. So I think we'll start with the fully manual one, and then kind of build up from there.
And Adam, what other elements with the manual device that you are going to release will help with that until AI comes around?
Yeah, so one of the big things with our manual one is that it's going to be self-balancing.
Yeah.
So so right now the one that I use, the fully powered one. So I'm paralyzed from my belly button down. So when I use this powered one, I have to always hold on to these 2 arm crutches. So for anybody that's seen me walk, I'm always holding these 2 arm crutches to balance myself. Now, if I pull up on those 2 arm crutches, when I'm using the fully powered exoskeleton, I'll face plant. I'll fall on the ground. So this manual one, it's going to be it's going to be self balancing. So I'll be hands free. That's the big difference with this one in terms of safety. In terms of it being a lot cheaper, it's going to be it actually will be a lot safer. Because it'll be hands-free, self-balancing. It's hard to. I can send you like a little video, like a YouTube video of me using this thing, because we have a first version prototype. We're now working on the second version prototype, but it's fully self-balancing, hands-free, and also crutch-free. And it's so I should mention this real quick. Our goal with this manual one. Is to obviously increase the access to exoskeletons. Obviously make it more affordable, not only for individuals but physical therapy clinics too. But also our big main goal with it is to turn exoskeleton racing into a Paralympic and collegiate adaptive sport. So that's one of our big goals with this manual one, and it'll make more sense if I was to show you a video. I think it'll kind of sell that a little bit better. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, we have version 1 prototype, and we're currently working on version 2 with Clemson, the master's program, biomedical engineering here at Clemson. So we're slowly chipping away at it. So, yeah, I'm excited.
And I know you want to turn, obviously, this into, as you mentioned, a paralegic sport. So why that? Why now?
Yeah, I think one. I think there is I've been using this powered one, this really expensive powered exoskeleton. For the past 9 years, doing half, full marathons, 5Ks. So I've kind of used it in a sport-like way for the past 9 years, and other people want to start doing that with me. It's so expensive. If these people aren't on Medicare, helping someone fundraise for 120 grand or even more, it's a lot of it's pretty hard. So I think so to answer your question, one, I've been using it in a recreational or in athletic sport kind of way for the past 9 years, and two, we've just I've been getting more people reaching out wanting to join me at these races, and three, turning it into a Paralympic sport is great, but I think there's a lot of college athletic programs or college athletic programs that have an adaptive sport department now. I'm not. I think it's like about 50 or more colleges now throughout the country have collegiate adaptive sport programs, and I think and these programs actually give partial scholarships to some of these kids. So I see a real with like NIL, how they're paying college athletes now and stuff. I'm like, God, it'd be so cool to turn this thing into a exoskeleton racing into a collegiate adaptive sport, and not only get these kids through college, but also some kind of career element with it. So I think So to answer your question, it's one, I've been doing it for the past 9 years. Other people are now coming to me wanting to also use it in a sport way, and three, I see a real opportunity to. With the collegiate adaptive sport programs and helping kids, with getting their college paid for, and it'd be amazing to do that through exoskeleton racing. That just be the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, I can see that happen as well.
Yeah.
And where do you see that particular racing and your particular device heading in the next 10 to 15 years?
Yeah, so I think it's going to go two different approaches. I think it's like you see like these brain implants, like the Neuralink. And you mentioned a few minutes ago artificial intelligence. So I think it's going to go two ways. The technology is going to get so good where it's going to be brain powered, probably, like through like a Neuralink kind of thing, and like artificial intelligence. So it'll get better that way, but then it'll people like myself will take that and strip it down and make it fully manual. So I think it's kind of the same. To give you an analogy, it's kind of like powered wheelchairs versus manual wheelchairs. Powered wheelchairs are incredible, and they incorporate artificial intelligence too. So with the wheelchair industry, you have these amazing powered wheelchairs for like quadriplegics, and then you have the ultra stripped down manual wheelchair for people like myself, paraplegics. So I think the exoskeleton, to answer your question, really. I think these exoskeletons are going to become so advanced that quadriplegics that are paralyzed like from their chest down or neck down, even being able to use them, and then it becoming paraplegics like myself using the manual version of it. So I think that's going to be where it's going to split into those two directions.
Change lives. Change lives.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Adam Gorlitsky with I Got Legs. Thank you so much for your time again. Welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Absolutely, man. Anytime you want to have me back, man.
Yes, I definitely will do that. Yes, sir. Thank you.